Hey guys, what's going on? Sincere here with whoissincere.com and the All Rights Matter show. I want to go over a quick article with you and present an interesting point of view. Now, Trump is, people have been accusing Trump lately of picking winners and losers by his stance on Twitter as far as telling companies what they can do. Pretty much government interfering in the private sector. So, whichever way you look at that, it is a very interesting precedent that that's being set. So it's something that we're going to have to see how that progresses along. Now, what I think is quite interesting is this headline here. Trump suggests states that voted for him will get special attention. And I'll leave a link to this article below, but if you scroll down here, you can see the things that he actually said and how he worded it. That leaves a little bit of suspicion out there as far as, is Trump going to treat states that actually voted in his favor during the general election and possibly the primaries as well? Is he going to treat those states favorably? Now, if that is the case, that is directly picking winners and losers. That is going against the themes so far that his administration is trying to put out, that he is going to be the president for all people. So it leads to question whether this is going to be something that will help to stabilize the economy if he takes this kind of approach. And just how will that play out across the economy? How will that look in states that maybe didn't favor Trump so heavily? In states that Hillary Clinton may have won, Democratic-leaning states. So he did win a great part of, the map as far as the Electoral College is concerned. So, for most people, I guess you'll be good to go because it was an Electoral College, which you would call a landslide. With that being said, those areas where there are large populations of Democrats and people that, did not vote in his favor, will they see their economic dollar impacted by the fact that they had a certain political preference? Now that will set a different precedent that we've never really experienced from the presidential level. We get that a lot, dealing with the states and how they're divided and stuff like that. There's always a lot of games being played through politics on the state level. But as far as on the federal level, especially the highest executive federal level, the President of the United States, we've never really seen what Trump is possibly proposing here that he's going to do. So this is something to keep an eye on, something to keep watch, and give, just a critical eye to, because this is something that could hurt a lot of people. It could hurt the economy. And it can set a different cycle, that we don't want to experience. We already now have a billionaire that's the billionaire that's leading our country. So the billionaire class is essentially leading our country right now. And this will probably continue to go on and be handed on to another billionaire class person as well. So, the little guy will never have a chance to be president again. With this election that just happened, that is out the door. That's completely out the door. You and I will never become president. If you're listening to this and you're an average American like I am, average job, it doesn't matter if you've served in the military, it doesn't matter if you have a Purple Heart, none of that really matters. What matters is big money right now. And big money has bought its way into politics. We have these families that are becoming like royal families of the United States, and this is a theme that continues to prevail throughout our society as time progresses. So we have another 4 years of that ahead of us. We're going to see people like, Ivanka's husband. I believe his name is Jared Kushner, I think it is. But we're going to see people like Ivanka's husband being placed into positions that are, of course, questionable, especially dealing with his real estate holdings, 666 Fifth Avenue, and working on reviving that right now, but being placed in a critical position within the Trump administration. So we're seeing these families kind of take over Washington, and it's more of the same politics. A lot of people are going to want to trump it up, for lack of better words, to be well, that's just how it goes, or Hillary did it and nobody complained, or Obama, or whatever. I don't care who did it. It's just wrong when it's done. This is not how democracy is supposed to work, and we're seeing, just a lot of crooked stuff that we're just allowing to happen, and we give excuses for it or blame the other side, and we have to get to a point where we actually stop doing that. So I hope that Trump is going to do the right thing, but I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of faith right now, just because it's hard for me to support this guy. I really see the bigger pattern of what's going on here and who really runs the United States and how much power a president actually really has, and it just, there's a lot of things that don't sit well with me, and I'll discuss that in further videos as we go on through 2017. I've already done a bunch through 2015 and 16 to show you guys what I think about this whole situation, and how both sides are kind of the same. They're both bought out by corporate interests. So we'll see what Trump does here. This is going to be very interesting to see if Trump actually, if he actually picks winners and losers. He's already been accused of, doing this based on the fact of what he's been doing with the carrier situation and, just the different businesses that he calls out through Twitter. But we're going to see just how this plays out in the world economy. And we're going to see really if Trump is going to hold on to his word to be the president for all people. I think it's going to be very interesting. And I want him to, even though I'm a veteran, I want him to focus on more than just veterans. We got a lot of people hurting in this country right now, and it's not just us veterans. We need better health care and other services, but there's a lot of people hurting, and I know if there's anything that my fellow veteran brothers and sisters want more than anything is for other people to be well also. So, let's just hope that we see some positive things start to happen, but let's also remain highly critical, because that's what our society, our democracy warrants for us to do. We need to protect our democracy. We need to protect our Constitution and the things that we care about and the things that bind us together. So let's keep a watchful eye on that. And as always, guys, stay alert, stay alive. Make sure you download my app. It's in the description section below. Make sure you check out the other links that are below too. I should be having there'll be a Patreon link there soon, so make sure you check that out. I'm starting up a new thing here, guys, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so I think you're going to be very excited about it, just like I am. And we're going to take independent media to the next level where it should be at. And we got to get away from this mainstream media. They're screwing up our country, and I think we can do a lot better. There's a lot of us on the ground that want to do the right thing. So we're going to remain highly critical. We're going to report the facts. We're going to report the good. We're going to report the bad and the ugly. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. And again, as always, stay alert, stay alive.